Hi, I'm Gary White for Central Kentucky Television. I'm here with Nelson County School Superintendent Anthony Orr, and we are doing this on the eve of the first day of school for the fall of 2014. First day of school is going to be August 6th, right?
Yes, we are ready to go starting tomorrow.
Fantastic. Now, how's it look?
It looks great. Actually, one of the things I've been doing over the last couple of days is driving by and going into school buildings and making sure that not only are our staff ready, which they are, but that the buildings themselves are ready, and things are looking really great.
Now, I know you have some updates and changes you want to talk about. So, first of all, you have two new principals starting, right?
We do. Dana Call actually was an interim principal last year for Boston School, and she's now the official principal. No more interim title for her, so we're glad to welcome her in that official capacity. But in addition to that, at Old Kentucky Home, we have Jesse Simpson, who is coming in as the principal there. And really exciting. We were talking this morning. He is a Nelson County High School graduate. Lives out in the Bloomfield-Chaplin area, and after graduating from college, he taught at Nelson County, coached at the high school, coached football, and spent a little time outside the district, and is coming back to lead Old Kentucky Home. And I'm really excited and pleased with his enthusiasm and his leadership. He's going to do great things there.
That's great. It's nice to have returning graduates.
It's one of my favorite things. As a principal, several times I had the opportunity to hire graduates as teachers, and so I'm kind of in a different role now. But he's not the only one. We have others as well. Jeremy Hill at Foster Heights started as a principal with us last year. He's a Nelson County guy, so it is really exciting.
And Wes out at Thomas Nelson.
Well, Wes is now opening up his third year at Thomas Nelson, and so that's been a great thing there. And then additionally, we have Miss Angie Taylor is coming to Cox's Creek as a new principal.
Okay.
And she's been in Clark County for several years as a principal there. But actually, about 10 years ago, she was a teacher at Cox's Creek. So she's returning in a sense as well, and really excited for that school. Her leadership is just going to be a warm welcome, and really pleased to see that come together.
Great. Now, how about the teachers? Do you have a lot of new teachers coming in?
We do have quite a few new teachers coming in, but I got to meet with them early last week, and I'm really excited about the energy that they bring. We've got a nice mix of experience and new folks coming in, but they seem eager and ready to go. And so I'm excited to see what that's going to do in our schools. It's just always nice to have good qualified folks in place. And our principals, as we go through that hiring process, I always stay in touch with the principals, and they are more enthusiastic than I think they've ever been since I've been here about the candidates that we're bringing into Nelson County, and I know that's going to play out for a great instruction in the classroom.
Now, also over the summer, you've done some renovations or changes to some of the buildings. Can you give us an update on that?
We've had several really big projects going, a couple of really big projects and some smaller projects as well. The biggest project that we've had going has actually been at Cox's Creek, where we completely pulled out the old HVAC system and have put a completely new one in. We've got a new geothermal system that will be running there. We've put in all new ductwork, and it's really just made an amazing difference. The original system that went in there 20 years ago was really outdated when it went in, and it never ran very well. So already when you go into Cox's Creek, you can tell that it's cooler, it's not as humid, it doesn't smell kind of funky the way it had a tendency to do sometimes. And in addition to that, we got to put all new ceiling tile in. So the whole place has just been brightened up. And we've got some new paint in the office and in various places in the building, and so excited.
Spruced up?
It's really nice. I think kids and teachers and students, or excuse me, families are going to feel like they're practically walking into a new school. And I have to say that the staff at Cox's Creek has just been phenomenal. It's been a hot mess, so to speak, all summer long, and even this week, staff at the school and from around the district, we're all pitching in to get that place ready and cleaned up and dusted off after the work, and it looks incredible. They have really worked very hard, and we are very grateful for that.
That's great. In addition to being I assume it's going to be more cost efficient, but also it's environmentally friendly doing the geothermal.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're really excited to add Cox's Creek to the list of buildings where we've been able to really go much greener than we ever have been before, and it's going to affect and help the bottom line of the district, but we know it's better for all of us all the way around anyway. Similarly, at Nelson County High School, we've really done some good work there. We've downsized some of the systems that we've had because we just didn't need quite as much power as we were bringing out there, and so that's going to be good. But I think probably the thing that will be most noticeable to the community is that when they go into the gym to see volleyball and basketball games and other events like that, the big air handlers that hung down from the ceiling that were in your way if you happen to be in those corners of the gym, 2 of those are completely gone. So now we've got much better seating, much better views, and quieter as well, and just as cool but saving energy too. So really excited about that. In fact, Nelson County has got new lockers and new tile, new flooring in a lot of places, new paint job in a lot of places around the building. Again, another building that it's like walking into a new facility. Really exciting.
Right. So that's good. It'll look just as new as Thomas Nelson, right?
Just about, just about. Especially, you know, I'm well into my 40s, and Nelson County High School is well into its 40s, and so it's really gotten a great upgrade, and I think people will have a hard time telling that it's that old. It looks fantastic.
So there's some of the updates that are going on with the buildings, with some of the staff. So we start on Wednesday, August the 6th.
Yes. Yeah.
And how's the count look for everything?
It's looking really good. We are just got some numbers this morning. We're about 45 kids ahead of what we projected. So we're actually, it's a great concern to have, but we're actually getting to bring in a few more staff members in some places around the district to accommodate that. But it's exciting to see growth, not just in terms of what we're doing, but in kids coming to the district. Our numbers are up, and so it'll always change. When we see how many kids actually show up on the first day, there's always some question marks there, but we track that pretty closely, and we feel like we're going to be increased over last year, which was an increase over the year before that. So that's 2 years of growth in our enrollment, and to be honest, we hadn't seen that for many years in the Nelson County schools. So we're really excited about what that means for our schools and what it means for the community.
Now last year, I think in our last meeting, it was right before graduation, and you were having graduation on both graduation, high school graduation on the same day. How did all that work out?
I have not heard anything negative from parents or staff or anything. So that's my first thing to go through or to look for, is for people to tell us what they felt like didn't work. But didn't hear a single complaint, but I heard a whole lot of positives from folks. And certainly from my perspective, it seemed to go very smoothly. No real hiccups anywhere along the way. And that, again, just like I was saying about Cox's Creek, you know, when you can pull something off as significantly different as running 2 graduations on the same day. We've never ever done that before. Went off without a hitch, and it's about our staff. Our folks make it happen every single day, and could not be prouder of our staff for making it happen, and the kids that were a part of it as well. It was a really, really great evening. I went home from both those graduations just grinning from ear to ear. Could not have been happier, and I know that was shared by lots of families and students as well.
Super. So again, I'm talking with Nelson County School Superintendent Anthony Orr. The beginning of school is Wednesday, August the 6th, and I know people are already looking forward to fall break too, right?
I'm sure that they are. That'll get here soon enough in October, but we're going to get a lot of good work done before then. I'm excited.
And hopefully we won't have the weather issues that we had last year.
Well, somebody told me the other day that the Farmer's Almanac says we're supposed to have a colder winter weather than we did last year. And my thought on that is that we need a new farmer. If that's the case.
Yeah, like that Punxsutawney Phil. He didn't go away. But anyway, this has been Ask the Superintendent here on Central Kentucky Television. I'm Gary White for Central Kentucky TV.